Hello and welcome to another Postdoc vlog. I am Iris and I am a postdoc. And this month I have had one of those extraordinary months where I have worked super hard, made a lot of extra hours, and somehow have nothing to show for it. So that's great. Okay, maybe that is not entirely true. Two of the things that I did achieve, which I am actually quite pleased with, are that I submitted my first ever book contribution. We submitted an entry to the Encyclopedia of Astrobiology, where me and another author, I think we shared dual first authorship, that's how we would like it, but technically my name is first, but she knows way more about it. So Caroline, it's all down to you. But we submitted an entry on interior outgassing. So how do volatile elements like carbon, water, oxygen get out of the solid mass of a planet and get into the atmosphere? We wrote that together and that was really nice. And it like you wrote that in the space of 3 weeks. And it turned out really nice, and it's going to be in a book. We will never be able to afford the book because it costs like £1,000, but at least we will know we are in that book. So that is pretty cool. The other thing is that we submitted the revisions for the Leeds postdoc paper, so the temperature-dependent thermal parameters paper. And now I have all my papers for, from the Leeds postdoc in revision. So maybe we'll hear from them at some point. Would be great if they could be accepted because I could really use another first author paper because my CV does not have many of them, only one. But otherwise, it's been a fairly dull month. As in, I really enjoyed it, but I don't have many exciting things to show you. The most important thing that I've been doing is figuring out how to move to Germany, which, to be fair, is quite important. And last month, I had the cliffhanger, will I be homeless? And the answer is probably not. Because I did find an apartment and I did sign a contract. I've never seen the place. So, it might be fake, but I'm gonna trust the Germans and hope that it is an actual place and I'm not losing my money. So, judging by the amount of paperwork, it is an actual place. Okay, so I ordered some things to move. I have hired a moving company because I can't see how I can possibly move from the UK to Germany on my own, especially during a pandemic where, friends and family are not as readily available to go places to actually physically move house and drive across countries and stuff. So I hired a moving company and then I asked, could you send me some supplies to, so that I can pack my things myself. Ideally some boxes and some bubble wrap, a little bit of bubble wrap for my plates and stuff. And they said, yeah, of course. That'll be £20 for the bubble wrap. And I don't know how much for the boxes. Not that expensive. So I was like, great. Looking forward to it. And now it has arrived. Here are the boxes. All fine. Good. Can deal with that. And then this is the bubble wrap. It's just as tall as I am. I think we may have too much bubble wrap. I've also been kind of preparing for my move to Berlin mentally by watching a lot of German shows on Netflix. So I've enjoyed Charité, which is kind of like the German Downton Abbey, and I thought that would sound absolutely terrible, but it's so interesting, and it's actually about the history of medical science. And I don't know if I told you this, well, maybe you did if you watched my Science Sisters episode with Tears, but I really like the history of science. There's a lot of things I like, but I also really like the history of science and how things were discovered. And the first season of Charité is all about them discovering or trying to discover a cure for tuberculosis and diphtheria, and it's about these super hotshot professors, and it really is like academia, but in the late 19th century in Germany. And of course there is a love story as well. There is this woman who wants to be a doctor, which at that point is a no-go. You can only be a nurse. And it's 6 episodes. It's delightful. It's a very nice watch. And then the second season of Charité. Charité is the name of a hospital in Berlin, by the way. I didn't know this, but apparently it's a very famous academic hospital. University hospital, I don't know. It's very famous apparently. And the second season is Charité at War, which takes place during the Second World War. So it's a completely different cast. But now they are kind of discovering how to do prosthetics for, amputated limbs, because it's the war. A lot of people have a lot of serious injuries, and there are, again, love stories abound, but it's a Second World War. It's very interesting to see perspective from Germany. It's been a long time since I'd seen that, so that was really cool. And apparently there's a season 3, but I don't think it's on Netflix, so I hope that when I get to Germany, season 3 is on Netflix. And then the other thing that I've been completely obsessed with is Dark, which is... What is Dark? It's just a must watch. It's, I think, 26 episodes, and it's a series about a little town where strange things happen, and it's all about time travel, basically. And during the series you discover all the relationships between all the different people, and it gets really complicated, and it's amazing. I can't really explain it, but you should definitely give it a watch. If you like mysteries, but like not scary mysteries, but trying to figure out what's going on mysteries, is really nice. And the way I've been doing it now with these German series is I've been watching it in German, obviously, with Dutch subtitles so that I can understand. But since I like these series so much, my plan is that when I get to Germany, in a few months, and I feel up to it, I'm going to rewatch them with German subtitles, kind of to prepare, my German. Yeah, and that was kind of all I had to update you with, really. So, I will see you next time, and until then, bye! Next month, however, will be probably the most hectic month in the year, hopefully in the next 2 years.